Hello friends, welcome back to the channel. This is your brother Lawrence, and today we are going to look at something very interesting that is gaining attention on social media. Friends, Dr. Isaac Olatunji, Pope Francis, and the Thusia SDA Church. Before I get any further, let me give background. Some individuals are calling Pastor Isaac Olatunji a liar because they claim that Dr. Olatunji said that Pope Francis was the one going to bring up the Sunday law. But here comes the fact that the Pope is sick and we don't know whether he is going to survive. So because of this, some individuals are calling Dr. Isaac Olatunji a liar or a false prophet. But friends, you know what I did? I actually reviewed some of the recent videos by Dr. Isaac Olatunji, popularly known as Sunday Law Updates. I reviewed some of the video, but I did not see anywhere that he said that Pope Francis was the one going to bring up the Sunday law. You know what? I am going to call Dr. Isaac Olatunji right now on the phone and ask him. I'm going to ask him right now whether he has said anywhere that Pope Francis was the one going to bring the Sunday law. All right, so let's get into it. Let me call Dr. Isaac Olatunji right now on the phone, and we are going to hear from him. Good afternoon, my brother. How are you doing?
Doing good, my brother.
All right, we thank God for that. Let me ask you, you are being criticized on social media that you said Pope Francis was the one going to bring up this Sunday law. What do you have to say about that?
The notion that I said that the Sunday law was coming directly from Pope Francis is not true. Okay. It's no truth. The Sunday law crisis is not dependent upon who the Pope is in power, nor the President of the United States. What I will say is that Pope Francis, like other popes, have pushed the envelope more closer towards the acceptance of the idea of Sunday rest.
Okay.
And not only that, but the ecumenical movement. He has pushed the ecumenical movement further than any pope, and just did an article last night on it, where the papacy, or his papacy, has brought the Catholic Church in a much more closer position and open acceptance to the world. And that is what the truth is. So what happens is, as prophecy says, that apostate Protestantism in the United States, and I've said that over and over in my videos, is going to be the pusher of Sunday observance. It begins in America, and as Ellen White says, every other country on the earth will follow the example of the United States.
How do you respond to the members of the Thusia SDA Church concerning their accusation that you are a liar or a false prophet?
Yes, but it's a false accusation. They'll take my words and make it sound like I said something. Now, do I believe that the papacy, the Pope, would be open to the idea of Sunday law? Sister White says that they would come to the help of the Protestants.
Yeah.
And the exalting Sunday observance. That's directly in Great Controversy 579 and 580. So they're not ignorant of this, because in the year 1998, Pope John Paul II wrote an article about keeping the Lord's Day holy, and even said that civil legislation should support it. In the Catholic Catechism, page 2188, section 2188 in the Catholic Catechism, it says, in respecting religious liberty and the common good at all, Christians on Sundays, as well as church holy days, should be legal holidays. Right. So they acknowledge a desire for a Sunday law. That does not mean that it's going to come from them. Yeah. Very clear. Sure. It's going to come from apostate Protestantism in the United States. And anybody who's seen my videos would know that to be true. We're focusing on Project 2025 and the image of the beast, talking about Sunday laws in America. So the Thusia movement, very interesting movement. But what happens is that right here, they love to embellish. They love to twist and state one more thing. They said last night that I said that Pope Francis was going to be the Pope that was going to rule the world, because I put a billboard up saying that that's what it said, but that is not what I meant. What happens is the papacy is not just limited. It's not limited to a certain person. It's an agenda. It's a worldwide agenda. It's a worldwide agenda by our organization that has men in power, a man in power that wants to bring the world together. The whole agenda of the papacy, according to Great Controversy 565 and 566, is for world domination, to regain control of the world, to reestablish persecution, and to undo all that Protestantism has done. And it's very interesting to know that Assembly law could have came back in her day, but God held it back. So it's not dependent upon a certain pope like we time setting. So they have embellished it. They have misstated. They didn't ask me what I meant by it. They just ran with it, and they usually like to paint a false picture on somebody. But what happens is this right here: they're a cult, they're an offshoot, and they're not of God.
So what do you say concerning the illness of the Pope? Is there any prophetic thing about it?
Well, popes come and popes go. Popes live and popes die. Pope John Paul II played a very vital role in bringing things closer to the deadly wound. He passed away. He was the one that did the article on the need to keep the Lord's Day holy. Pope Benedict came on the scene, called for a new world order, called for one to manage the global economy. Each pope is always talking about, at least the ones in my lifetime, are talking about bringing the world together, coming together for a common thing, which is nothing more than the healing of the deadly wound when they regain control and power. Pope Francis is the same thing. It's no different than any other pope. So I'm against time setting. So what happens is that I can never be guilty of time setting from that standpoint. It's not dependent upon which pope is in power, but it is very evident, it is very clear that Pope Francis's contribution towards the Catholic Church regaining world power has definitely been evidenced. Laudato Si, which is their blueprint. This thing on climate change. I know the Thusia movement always want to make a big deal about that. That doesn't have anything to do with it, but it's right there in the spirit of prophecy that the spirit of prophecy says that some of the laws will be enforced, not only for moral reasons, but to prevent the convulsions of nature and the weather, which today men call climate change. The papacy is just capitalizing on it and talking about world unity, coming together. And yes, he talks about a day of worship. So there's no big deal about that. There's no dichotomy between what I'm seeing there, what the Pope is doing, or what's been pushing, and what God has told us. Great Controversy 581 talks about two agendas. The agenda of the Protestants, which is Sunday exaltation by law. But the second agenda, she says, in that same page, Great Controversy 581, is for Rome to reestablish her supremacy. That Thusia denies.
All right, thank you so much, Dr. Isaac Olatunji, for your time. So friends, that was Dr. Isaac Olatunji on the phone, and he said that he never said anywhere that Pope Francis was the one going to bring up the Sunday law. He never said anywhere, friends. So let me know your thoughts about this in the comments. Is it a Pope that is going to bring up the Sunday law, or is the system, is the papal system that is going to do it? Friends, so let me know your thoughts on this in the comments. I think, as I said, I have to have a conversation with some of the members of Thusia SDA Church. So if some of them are watching me, they can connect with me on Facebook or through my email address that I will provide at the end of this video. Friends, there are more stories coming up here on this channel. So if you have not subscribed to this channel, I will encourage you to do that so that you don't miss any of the videos we publish, friends. So thanks for watching. This is all that I had to share with you. If you want to contact me directly, you can do that through my email address right on your screens, or you can do that through Facebook. You have my Facebook name right on your screens. And if you want to also support our new studio project, please, you can join my WhatsApp group in the description, and we will appreciate, friends, we will appreciate you. So this is all that I had to share with you. This is your brother Lawrence. Thanks for watching. See you next time. God bless.